vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I said the end, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I don't fully straight apply. Or when I'm stand up for the stone, I live my life. Beneath the rich when Eastern they stick when I make it flies. But the schoolies never bet for me, my dough is still for thighs. I'm the horn. Niggas know they cute too, I keep out the bone. But let's get it, you know my me, you must be up the shown. And when I see a nigga smile, you will stay up front. And if they got me, no, then you know I did the con. You up the icon, I see the fact. This ain't amazing, but I hate I wake, so what I pack. I keep a searing in the rain, then I smoke as trash. And if I get, I'll keep a far. No planet, yeah. Taking trash to the sky from my leasing to living. All the flu on the gleam that resenting me ribbon. Dax kicking out of love, I might never be willing. But you'll never know what you I can never forget. But tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I 7 in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, you know by now it's on the line of people, but you never know this name is Kanana sequel. Speaking fresh, taking down, so decide the needle. Put down, stay the time to line like you want the needles. And if you hate when I like the brown, it's like your cam in the ground till they come now. But like I'm so fresh up and through the moose confused. And now I know what's up and noon and that was all for you. Say you never lose, stakes is native Parikana. I was go though he's not a Hakabego Drake your face. But I was thinking to his soul when y'all was by the Keva. And now I rain, man, I ain't like the make whatever. I say complain, flame mind, you gay, ain't no restriction. This nap so hard, go within and never missing. Convinced that you need love me now, but store and never tripping. It's the amazing saw, boy, yo, come and get tripping. Tune in, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream. Yeah, I say the name, vibe high, it's GPTV1. Live stream the trends, let the exploration run. Hip hop beats, we're on the scene. Catch the buzz, live your dream.
What up, though, fam? Back in the building. This is GPTV1 live stream, unfiltered, ready to get it in. Like I always say, like the intro song say, live your dream. You got any goals out there? Make sure you put a plan together and put that plan to action. That's what we all about, action here. And I decided to get on here just to finish up this KSOO trial. This is my reaction to the guilty verdicts for both these guys in this case. And I'm gonna play some reaction stuff from people that have gave their insights or analysis on this case. Like I stated in other live streams, you know, this case has been watched closely. I know particularly in the Jacksonville community, they're gonna promote stuff like this to send messages to would-be gang members or people who want to commit these brazen hits over diss tracks. This is all about this diss track, and this guy KSOO, who just signed a record deal, basically just threw his life away. That's basically what he did. It's unimaginable. But give me 1 second, fam. I need to restart this program. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back in the building, fam. I had to restart my whole computer. That's the things you have to go through using this software. We had hiccups, and I generally would restart my computer before I even go on live, but I just forgot to do it this time. So I went ahead. Everything is all clear right now. We're talking about this KSOO trial and how you just throw your life away. Basically, this guy just threw his life away. So I have my own theory about this. It's like he was set up for all of this, so he don't get this record deal, so he don't blow up and leave everybody behind. And sometimes you can have dreams and aspirations, and when you start sharing those dreams with people, everybody not supportive of your dreams. And all these characters that played a role in this whole thing, they not rappers. He basically the rapper. You know, I understand the victim. He was rapping, and some of the people from the other set, 6 Block, they made rap or something. But pretty much, this guy is the central figure. And I always say the central figure is always target. That's just my personal opinion. And it's almost like he was set up to fail. Like, you really think about that. Let's really think about that. You just signed a record deal. You got some notoriety. I looked at one of his videos. Excuse me, he dropped it maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but he got millions of views off of it. I can't say it's something I would personally play. Some of that drill music where he smoking on the dead reminds me a lot of LPG Duck. But they said he just signed his deal, so he was on his way to making some noise, maybe on the national stage. And everybody not supportive of your dreams. You know, some people want you to do good, but not better than them. That's just how it goes. That's just human nature. So this guy right here, KSOO, it's like you were set up to fail. Like, you really think about that. Like, you threw it all away, and you let somebody else gas you up. You let other people gas you up. You let other people manipulate you. And you was about that life. Let's just keep it 1,000. So everybody about that life. Once you about that life, and y'all still all together, you're going to have to be about that life. Or they're going to turn on you themselves. Like, they still living a life. You go out there and blow up. And you become this multi-millionaire. You're doing tours all over the world, getting platinum records, endorsement deals, and all that type of stuff. And they all still living that life. How can you come back and sit around that? It's not allowed. It's like you sit in the air conditioning and everybody sitting outside sweating. And you threw all this away. I just think this guy has been manipulated to fall, to fail. You had dreams and aspirations, and you was putting music out. They know you just got this record deal. They know this. They came and gassed you up. Manipulated you. That's just my personal theory. It's like this guy KSOO was set up to fail. Literally. And they didn't take long in this case, especially on the Scotty guy. They came right back on him with guilty. It took a little longer with KSOO, and they found him guilty of capital murder. You know, that's like the top dog of the murder charge. And that's when you go out there and do brazen stuff in broad daylight without thinking about other people that may be in the area, even though this is your target. But it appears that you're being reckless, and it didn't matter who was out there. You know, that's when you get them capital murder charges. Like, Man, it's like solitary confinement. It's like being locked up 23 hours a day. You only come out for 1 hour. And that's a big crash. And the interesting thing, or intriguing thing, is Daddy testified against him. But when they start bringing up KSOO's rap career, his daddy's attitude is suddenly changed. I said, yeah, Daddy is a hater boy. Daddy was a hater boy because he was being left out of everything. He even created his own little label and came up with a logo and all that type of stuff. And I don't think his son was going to be with it. He was not going to be a part of the management. He ain't writing none of the songs. You're definitely not going to be the promoter. So what part you playing in this? And I think his daddy was a hater boy. It's almost like y'all didn't want this guy to have a rap career. Y'all didn't want him to make it. That's what I think. You let these people gas you up. And guess what? They sent the star out to do the damn shooting. And you just a half brother. You the star rapper on the potential star rapper, and you go out and do the damn shooting. What type of foolishness is that? That is foolishness. How did you become the guy that jump out the car and go do the damn shooting? Think about that, folks. Really think about that. You the one supposed to be back being the shot caller. Butter, he coming off like he the shot caller. The daddy, y'all all living with him. He coming off like he's supposed to be the shot caller. So they call him, he go to running. Picking folks up. So when they call the daddy, he go to running. After all of that, they send KSOO out to do the damn shooting. How is that? How the guy that's the potential breadwinner be the one that go to do the damn shooting? That seems like somebody that should be one of the lower ranking guys. And that guy, Scotty, I told you his mug picture, he looked like a maniac. I found the picture in there. Let me show this picture right here. This dude look like a little menace in this little picture right here on the right side. But in the courtroom, he looks mighty innocent. He look like a young man. But on the right side, that dude look like he'll get up with you in a hot minute. He got found guilty on 2 charges. He didn't get out the car. He just sat in the car. That guy right there sat in the car, Scotty. Now it's reported that he had a weapon and he was more than willing to use it if he had to. You coming in here? I appreciate it if you click that like button. It helps the channel out. It helps this live stream out. I appreciate it. I want to know what y'all think. What y'all think about the verdict. Yeah, but let's get to some of these reactions from some of these people. Let me see what I got up here first. So we're gonna let them say the verdicts. This is ATK Scotty's verdict. So let's get to that. Let's check that out. All right, let me share my screen on this one. Get some sound going on. And you can hear a lot better. I listened to some of the closing. I may even get to some of that closing from the defense just to hear some of it. But all this news came out kind of quick. But let's go.
Has this jury reached a verdict? Can you please hand the verdict form over to the bailiff?
ATK Scotty.
All right, the court finds that there are no errors or omissions in the filling out of the verdict forms. Madam Clerk, can you please publish each verdict?
In the Circuit Court of the Fourth Judicial Circuit and Fourth Judicial Circuit, case number 16-2020, Division CRE, Singapore versus
He turned on his music. Judge even looking like.
Counsel for either the state or the defense desire the jury to be polled? Yes, Your Honor. All right, Madam Clerk, if you'll please poll each juror.
Jury number 1 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 2 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 3 is issued to a correct verdict.
He's number 5.
Sorry, jury number 5 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 6 is issued to a correct verdict.
Judge even knew this was going to be a guilty.
Jury number 8 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 9 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 10 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 11 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 12 is issued to a correct verdict. Jury number 13 is issued to a correct verdict. Yes. And jury number 14 is issued to a correct verdict.
Okay, that's his guilty.
At this time, I'll call upon the state for its rebuttal close.
But we ain't gonna. Well, that's the state right there doing its rebuttal close, and we're not gonna share that one right there. But that's ATK Scotty's guilty verdict. They didn't show his reaction to that, but they do show Scotty's react, not Scotty, but KSOO's reaction to his verdict. We're gonna show some of that too. Pretty much Leroy is here, and they got to come back for a sentence. "20-something years old. They're found guilty on the first-degree murder. He got found guilty on that home invasion. It really cracked his case open. Some guys ran up in their house and took that girl hostage. And the guy Barner, he's being charged with that as well. But let's go to KSOO's verdict. Let's go to that. Share my screen. To the screen. Hold on, I ain't getting no sound. What's going on with the sound? All right. This is KSOO's verdict. Guilty verdict.
All right, the court finds that there are no errors or omissions in the filling out of the verdict form. Madam Clerk, can you please publish the verdict?
The judge already knows what's popping with this.
In the Circuit of the Fourth Judicial Circuit in and for Duval County, Florida, case number 16-2020, CF 3601B, Division CRE. State of Florida versus Hakeem Robinson, verdict as to count 1. We, the jury, found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment.
Right.
So say we all, done, Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida, signed by the foreperson on July 31st, 2025.
Does counsel for either the state or defense desire the jury to be polled?
Judge got to do
All
her
right,
job.
Madam Clerk, if you can please poll each juror.
Juror 1, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 2, is this your true
All right,
and
we ain't
correct
got to go through the pool then.
Juror 3, is this your true and correct verdict?
I'm not going to go through all of that. But that was KSOO's verdict. It came out, both verdicts came out quick, but Scotty's came out quicker. This is GPTV1 live stream, Unfiltered. This is my reaction I'm going to show other reactions to this guilty verdict. Scotty's came out really quickly. Well, I blinked my eye. They was giving this verdict. Literally, you got to remember they had two different juries too. But that was KSOO's verdict. And I got some more reactions I want to play today. What else I got going on here? Let me check and see. Oh, this is Scotty's reaction to his guilty verdict. They didn't, not Scotty, I mean KSOO. They didn't show Scotty's. But somebody, they caught a glimpse of KSOO when he found out he was guilty. Let me slide up a little bit. This is KSOO's reaction to the verdict.
So you can hear it?
I'm not sure if it's up to date, but I hear something.
There you go.
Is it done? I think it's done.
Yeah, they might have been.
And then
All right. I gotta hit down.
You hit, buddy. You cooked. You done. You cooked. Throw it under the bus. Use the fall guy. You got sent out, buddy. You want to break them glasses right now. Look at him. You want to cry. It's hard. Yep, that's his reaction to the verdict. That's his reaction to the verdict. That was KSOO. And you can see he was sick with it. He was sick with it. That guy was sick. I would too. But, like I said, I think he was the fall guy. I believe he got sent out. That's why when you got some of your goals and your dreams, sometimes you need to keep that stuff to yourself. Like literally. Sometimes you need to keep your goals and your dreams to yourself and just put it into action. Sometimes you just got to go and accomplish the goal. And if you want to tell somebody after you accomplish the goal, that's the business. That's how I operate. I had to learn that myself. Like, if I had some type of plan or something, I'd share that with somebody. So that person may try to stop what I got going on or try to discourage me one. Or I may just be getting lackadaisical about it, don't even accomplish the goal. So why even talk about it? I learned a long time ago, go accomplish your goals first. Take care of your business before you tell your business. That's a little knowledge I'm dropping on y'all right there. But this guy was the fall guy. You want to sign the record deal and you gonna be the hit man? What type of stuff you got going on? Like, what are you supposed to do? Go back to the studio and act real? That's a little bit too real. Go commit a hit and then go record a song and talk to people about it. And then on top of that, they say they recorded this stuff. He even called the op and told them, this is going down. And after it was done, he let them know it was done. He left a digital footprint. You got sent out, buddy. You can't live that life and think you're gonna have some outside career in the music industry. So all them people you hanging around, they not rapping. He's the rapper. So what it looks like Butter, he not the rapper. Daddy, he not the rapper. It don't even seem like the guy Scotty was even a rapper. Like everybody that's involved in this stuff, they not even rapping. All they doing is living that street life. And you living it with them. You living it with them. That's just my personal opinion on that. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Okay, let's go on to some more reaction. I got some legal analyst reactions to this. And all this stuff is coming out of Jacksonville. So let's go to some of this legal analysts and see what they talking about when it comes to this. With that guy Scotty. Let me share my screen on this. See what they're talking about on here. Let's get some sounds.
Was found guilty in the murder of Charles McCormick. In the last hour, a jury finding Hakeem Robinson, known as KSOO, guilty for first-degree murder. Take a look at your screen right now because we're about to show you a picture showing how KSOO reacted to the verdict. You can see him there sitting next to his attorney with his head in his hands. Another jury finding Leroy Whitaker, also known as ATK Scotty, guilty of first-degree murder earlier this afternoon. The victim, Charles McCormick, was shot and killed at a Merrill Road shopping plaza back in 2020. Heather Crawford is joining us now with our legal analyst with a closer look at the trial. Heather.
All right, Anthony, thank you. And attorney Shannon Shutt, our legal analyst, who's not affiliated with this case, is here now to give us her perspective. And I want to start by saying that these two defendants tried together in the same trial, but they had two separate juries. Your reaction to both of them being found guilty by two separate juries?
Certainly, this is a wild case and big impacts for the legal community, for the local community. But certainly there was a lot for the juries to consider. And like you said, there were two different juries. They were listening to the evidence that was relevant to their particular defendants, and they determined that the state had a good case here.
A lot of people watching.
This is some legal reaction to this verdict right here.
In this high-profile case, the state's two key witnesses were two confessed killers. One of them was KSOO's own father. How do you think that played in to these verdicts?
You know, the juries come here and they expect to hear a case from the state of Florida, and I doubt that they were expecting to hear from two confessed killers, from the father of the defendant himself. It brought a lot of drama to the courtroom, but it didn't change the facts of what they were testifying to. And certainly the jury had the right to consider whether or not they believed these confessed killers, and the jury ultimately determined that they found them credible.
Now, I heard Whitaker's father today say that an appeal is likely. Take us through what happens now with these guilty verdicts.
Yeah, that's one of the things about pleading not guilty. You know, you get to come back and try to do an appeal on that. And I do have a reaction from Leroy's father lined up too, so stay tuned.
Verdicts, what happens next?
So the next stage is, of course, sentencing, and Judge Salvatore will get those defendants sentenced in the next month or two. There may be some other procedural issues that the state and the defense will have to take care of, but ultimately they will be sentenced, and then they will have 2 years or 30 days to appeal the sentence and the conviction, and then 2 years to appeal other issues that might have been arising in this case. But you know, we always expect an appeal. It doesn't mean that anything will come out of it.
Was there anything that stood out to you in this case that you thought, yes, this is grounds for appeal?
Not necessarily. I mean, there's always a challenge when you have two juries, and certainly there could have been issues with evidence as to relevance, or, you know, tampering, or, you know, tainting the jury in some way because they heard something that was not meant for one of the juries. That's just a tricky situation, but I anticipate we'll likely see an ineffective assistance of counsel motion in the future.
And for KSOO's jury, they started deliberating today, and it was only about 3.5 hours before they reached that verdict. Were you surprised that it happened so quickly?
You know, again, there were so many issues for the jury to consider, but the state clearly did a really good job getting the jury prepared for the many issues that they were going to face, including confessed killers, parents. You know, I know that the jury asked about a family tree in this case, so there were a lot of things for them to consider. But when you go through a concise case, it is possible to get a verdict very quickly. And in this case, the jury did their work and they were able to go home.
And just real quickly, how much time are they looking at?
These are mandatory life sentences.
Life.
So I anticipate that they will be life sentences.
All right. Shannon Stott, thank you so much.
Life sentences, that's from a legal analyst. Life sentences, they definitely looking at that. Incredible. Super incredible. Like the lady said, they came back quickly with those verdicts. I mean, very quickly. For a blink of an eye, they already had their minds made up on this particular one. You feeling a little generous? Send a little something to my cash out. Anything helps. I appreciate you. Stepping on in the building, click that like button. I'm doing a reaction video for a live stream to the KSOO guilty verdict and Scotty's guilty verdict. And I do have Scotty's father. He's going to speak. He did an interview down there. I'm going to play that in a hot second. But these guys are facing mandatory life at 20-something years old. It's crashed out. So let's get them a crash out for this. Losing horn for that one. Yeah, y'all crashed out on that for sure. Y'all super crashed out on that. So I had to get them a losing horn, and I had to crash them down the stairs for that one. So, but all you guys, all y'all guys, man, y'all wouldn't kill that guy. He up there at the temp service. That's what y'all should have been at. Y'all should have had y'all tails up at the temp service. Filling out y'all an application. Y'all should have been on y'all way to the job. Ain't nobody around there doing nothing. Everybody living with the daddy. Even the daughter testifying in this case. But people down in Jacksonville, they had their eyes closed on this one. Everybody living with the daddy, and he's just not a great leader. He's leaving kids out there. They're going to give them a long sentence. They may give them a little break on these cases or whatever, but them boys ain't about to get out too soon either. The daddy and that guy Butter, they facing other cases. And then KSOO, he got another murder case right after this one. We facing 2 murder cases. So KSOO, you about to come right back to court. You want to live that life? No, just a product of your environment. I get it. Another case I'll be watching out for down there is but I don't think it's in Jacksonville. I think the players who played a part in that Julio case, I think they were from Jacksonville. And these guys, they'll travel. They really want you. They'll travel. They drove out of town to get that other guy, Julio. I think he was in Tampa or something like that. A whole nother city. But even the Young Dirt case, those guys, they allegedly flew in from Chicago out there to LA. So these guys, if they want you, they'll fly out there to get you. They'll drive, all that. When they did the Julio thing, these guys driving their mama cars, their girlfriend cars. Like, man, like, what is y'all thinking about? You know? But this case right here, I think there's some holes in this case, but I don't think it's enough to turn over their conviction. I think y'all guys are done. Y'all guys are cooked. Y'all looking at 23 hours a day in a cage. The whole world will be in that room, in that cell. Let's move on to some more reaction. What I got lined up next. Okay, I don't want to see that. Let's see what I got up here next. Stay tuned. All right. Okay, this is This is ATK Scotty's father. Let's see what he had to say about this. Because I know he's heard of all of this. With their son out here doing whatever, man, like literally. Let me share my screen with this one. Let me get off of you. Well, let me go to your dad and see what he was saying. All right. Let's get some sound going.
Back to our top story right now at news4jax.com. Guilty verdicts in the closely watched murder trial of Jacksonville rapper Hakeem KSOO Robinson and his co-defendant Leroy Whitaker. This case stems from the 2020 shooting death of 23-year-old Charles Little Buck McCormick Jr. News4Jax reporter Brianna Brownlee joining us live from the courthouse after following this trial every step of the way. And Brianna, tell us more about the moment that verdict came down.
Yes, it was much emotion in that courtroom as both verdicts came out. Now, no one said anything, but the expression on everyone's face said it all. Now, on the left side, you had Whitaker Jr. and Hakeem Robinson's family on the left fighting back tears. And on the right, you had Charles McCormick Jr.'s family also fighting back tears as they heard justice be served for their loved ones. Now, the prosecutors as well as McCormick Jr.'s family did not want to speak. However, Whitaker Jr.'s family did react to the verdict.
I think I really need an oxygen tank right now. I can't breathe really, like, I don't know. I've never been in this situation. It's my child, you know.
The father of Leroy Whitaker Jr.
Yep, that's the dad.
Speaking with News4Jax after he heard the verdict.
That's that mugshot I was talking about. This guy looked like a straight menace. But that's just my opinion.
For his son. You can't see him, but after the verdict was read, Leroy Whitaker Jr. turned to his father. His dad looked back and gave him a thumbs up and forced a smile.
We love him. We're going to continue to love him. We're not giving up on him. You know, he's not going to be someone that's just in prison by himself. I'm there with him. And I'm going to continue to be there with him.
Guilty on the counts of first-degree murder and burglary. It took Whitaker Jr.'s jury a little over 2 hours to reach his decision. This photo Leroy Whitaker Sr. shared with us was the last time he posed with his son. And of course, speaking of your child, the fact that, you know, when that verdict came in, you couldn't even hold him or do anything.
That's a tough blow right there to see your kid go through that. You know, that's why I try not to be biased when it comes to all of this type stuff. You know, you really got to pray for both sides, like literally.
Just walk us through how that probably felt.
Like I say, I feel like.
I mean, this guy don't look like a bad guy. And sometimes you got to let your kid go out and live life. And hopefully and pray they make the right choices. But, you know, it's still a case of a product of your own environment.
Fire truck just ran into me, man, and backed up, put it back in drive, and ran over me again.
We tried to also speak with McCormick's family. However, they declined, and we respect their decision.
Oh, yeah, we got to remember that the victim's family was in there, too. So you had 3 different families in there going through all of this. Yeah, so that was his Leroy's dad giving his response to the guilty verdict. So that was his reaction. Like I said, this is a reaction live stream. And I played a few of them. You heard it from a legal analyst. I'm giving my reaction as well. And you heard from his father. ATK Scotty's father. But this guy right here, man, you just threw it all away. Like literally. Sometimes you gotta go cold turkey with that stuff, you know. You gotta cut ties with people, even the homies and all of that. And even family. Even family. Sometimes you gotta cut them loose, man, if you're trying to really do something. And move on. But you was engaging in all this stuff too. That you was smoking on the dead. You made records about that stuff. You taunted the other side and all of that. Y'all putting all these weapons and these videos and all of that. That makes you look dangerous. And law enforcement look at that. they're not going to think those are prop guns. Those are actual factual weapons. And y'all use some of that stuff, well, you use that rifle or whatever to commit this hit. So he got videos where he's showing all these guns. And to me, he just, like I keep saying, he reminds me of that Chicago rapper, FBG Duck. He even trying to look like him, in my opinion, sort of look like the guy. Even the way that was just one of the songs I heard from this guy, and he's sounding like the Chicago rapper. It's like he's mimicking that guy. And all y'all young people out there, y'all letting old block be the martyr to all of this stuff. You should learn from the old block stuff and not do what they do. All of them got jammed up. All of them. They go Lil Durk, he got jammed up with the King Von stuff. But he basically was mimicking what was going on with the old block and FBG Duck. Yeah. So what else I got lined up here? Okay, that was his daddy. All right. That's what I got for y'all. I wanted to play some of that closing argument defense. Let's see what they had to say. I don't know what's going on with the sound down there in Jacksonville with they news people. A lot of that stuff we couldn't hear. Let me see if I can pull up a little bit of that. I just want to hear what they had to say. And you got to keep it 1,000. KSOO and them has a good lawyer. It just wasn't enough. They couldn't raise enough doubt in this case. Not with those snitches on deck. That's pretty much still they doing. His own father. His own father still just doing, just trying to save himself. But it's still up to the judge whether they want to honor that or not. They ain't got to pay attention to that. But it's reported that they made deals. They delivered a joint argument. That's the state again. KSOO's attorneys. So no, I'm not gonna go into that. But you saw KSOO's reaction to this whole thing. Let's find that reaction. And this buying here, he has no income. That's the daddy. Yeah, you saw the shocking reaction to him. He couldn't do nothing but put his head down. That's all he can do. Yep, you got thrown under the bus. By that very crowd you was hanging out with. One day your best friend will be somebody else. It's just simply how it goes. Let's play his reaction again. I'm gonna take out the sound on this one. Let me share my screen. This KSOO's reaction. Yep, by your own dad, buddy. And them guys you was hanging around. How you become the star, the potential breadwinner, and end up being a guy that's shooting at the own trigger. You had the most potential out of all of them. Even though y'all all running together as a gang. But you got sent out, buddy. If you come back on the appeal, it's more than likely what he's going to do. That's expected, though. Definitely. Let me grab me something cold to drink right quick while this play out. Stay tuned, fam. Yeah, I'm back in the building. Watching a little bit of preseason football. My Lions getting beat up right now. But this is KSOO's reaction. You done, you cooked, it's over. And let me get off of you. This is GPTV1. Thank y'all for joining me for this live reaction. You listen to the replay. First time here, click that like button and click that subscribe button. Click that notification bell. I appreciate it. I'll catch y'all next time. It's always fun to be with y'all. Y'all stay blessed out there, fam.